All right, all right. Hello, everybody. We have Miss Danielle Hall on tonight. How you doing, Danielle?
I'm doing all right. Danielle Hall, aka Passion, the Lioness. Don't forget the
Uh,
Lioness.
I was fixing to get it all in there from pain to power, the rising passion, the lioness. Let's not forget. I'm your host, Joseph, and my co host, Ronson. We have 60 minutes with Danielle Hall. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's get in it. Let's get in it.
So, you want to take that first one, Joseph, or you want me to take the first one?
Well, your first icebreaker question would be passion stands for plans and sessions set in on novels. What was the first moment in your life when passion truly became your identity?
I would have to say it started when I was about 18. I tried to commit suicide. And before then, I was already writing poetry, but I hadn't really performed it. It was just only for me. And I went to Trinity Springs. It's like downtown Fort Worth. It's like a, you know, crazy house, you could say. And the man, he was like, you don't seem like you crazy. You just seem like you've been through some things. What do you like to do? And I told him poetry. And he said, let me hear some. You know how people be like, let me hear some. And so I did my first poem, Me. And he said, baby girl, that's good. I really want you to do something with that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. He was like, no, I really want you to do something with that. And so from there, I started doing slams and open mics and getting to know who I am, in the poetry world and knowing who I am, just being me. So that's when I knew who passion was, and I brought that passion out in inspiring others.
Okay, okay, all right. Kudos
Wow.
to you then.
I love that.
I
I love
do
that a
too.
lot.
I do too.
It,
And
I think it goes to show, poetry, you could say that poetry was an outlet of
Yes.
your, I think often that's what art is. That's the blessing of art is it becomes an outlet for us to cleanse and to purge, to live and deal with our emotions. And I always like to ask artists, especially poets, what made you pick up the pen? So what part of your journey first led you to pick up the pen, and what did writing unlock in you?
Well, my inspiration was Moesha. When she used to go to the den and get on that mic, and I'd be like, "Oh, I want to do this." And so when I first started, I was like, "Man, I can't get it. I can't do this." But I kept with it, and I would start off with these little love poems. If you like somebody, make a little poem or whatever. And then I eventually, gradually, it became my diary. It became my safe space. So yeah.
hmm,
I love that. I
uh,
love that. You just
Moesha.
never know what people's inspirations are.
I
No, I love that. That's
I
dope.
used to watch Moesha for real.
I still do.
What is it on? You know what? We'll talk about that another time. I was about to say, what is it on? Because next question would be, how did modeling give you power in moments where you once felt powerless?
It gave me that courage. It gave me confidence. It made me feel like I was somebody. It gave me a purpose. When the words became too much, modeling became my go-to. It became my outlet. I didn't have to say too much. I just walk in with that confidence, that poise, and everybody be like, "Ooh, I want to do that. I love your walk," and just feel that energy. When I'm on the runway, it's just like a boost of adrenaline rush. So that's what I love about it.
Okay. All right.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
You,
I think what were you about to say, Joseph? Go ahead.
then I was finna say you bring that aura with you when you walk in.
No, yeah. Like that.
That's that
That's
lioness.
important. Yeah, that's the A for real. That's the I think, but what's crazy is it's. I noticed that a lot of the times that confidence, I'm sure, was something you had to cultivate. I'm sure it came. You had to learn that. You had to really press into that. And so, from pain to purpose, what does that mean to you personally? From pain to purpose. That's powerful, by the way. But what does it mean to you? Break that down for the people.
It means a lot to me. I have a skin condition called hidradenitis suppurativa. It's actually the awareness month for HS. It's like little balls that grow into your sweat gland. So anywhere I sweat, I get them. This last time, between December 2023 and February 2024, I had 7 surgeries within those 2 months. So pain, I definitely know that. But the purpose, even through all of that, even when I was in the hospital, I still wrote my chapter for one of my anthology projects called Abba's Daughters. And we had to
Mm,
write about women in the Bible that we could connect with. And my woman, I thought my woman was gonna be the lady that had the blood issue, but somebody had already picked that. And I'm like, Lord, I don't
mhm,
know. I'm just going through all this. I don't know. I can't get it. And so I just took a pause and I prayed on it. And so it instantly came into my head about conceiving, giving birth, you know.
mhm. Yeah,
Um, and even though I don't have children, my brand is my baby. So I picked Hannah, and I'm giving my brand to God. That's my baby. That's my, my offering to God.
yeah.
So yeah, pain to purpose is definitely real.
Wow. Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah, it's deep. It's deep.
Mm.
You do got some pain. How's it going for now for you? As far as that, what you was going through at that point.
It's much better. It's much better. I
Good.
can walk. I don't have to have any um extensive surgeries coming soon. I'm blessed. I say that.
That's all
That's
right.
so good. That's
My,
good.
my prayers are for you with that
Absolutely.
to continue to be great at it.
Yeah.
Um, okay. We got two people in the house tonight in the comments. Hey y'all, hey everybody. All right. Next up, was there a moment where you realized that your story would help other people and
Yes,
help them heal?
yes. I remember the first time I was at an open mic in downtown Fort Worth. It was called Embargo. I missed that place so much. But this older lady, remember, I was about at this point, I was probably about 19, and she was like, your poetry inspires me." And at that moment, I'm like, how did I inspire her? I'm thinking about the age, but when I realized, like, it doesn't matter about age or sizes or anything like that. You can teach. Like, I get inspired by little kids every day. I be like, wow, all that. So it just opened my mind to, just be open to other things and learning other things from other people, even little kids, because there's no age limit to knowledge. So yeah.
No,
That's
I
true.
love that.
It is
No,
not.
you're right. And it's so yeah, I understand the feeling of I guess that's what happens when you have purpose, when you're a vessel, is sometimes, speaking biblically, it's like the story of David. He was the youngest of them. He was the smallest of the group, and they're trying to pick someone, and you know his father is taking the prophet to pick all of the grown sons, and he's like, no, I want that one, the smallest in the bunch, who thinks that he has no impact, but he has more impact than he really thinks. And so I think it's beautiful that in that moment you realize that your art impacted someone, and that's like, why can't it be from you? You know, and so I think, and it really leads well into the next question. At that moment, you said you were 19 and you were kind of shocked that somebody older than you was impacted by words that you said. So if young Danielle could see you now, what do you think she'd say?
She would be proud. She would be just elated that I'm standing up for myself. I'm in a place where I could just be in my own lane and not feel like I need everybody to just be in my corner.
Yeah.
As a young girl, I felt like I had to do anything and everything just to get validation, just to be seen. And now I'm coming into my own. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, oh well, you're missing out. But yeah, so yeah, it's just finding who you are and being okay with it. Life is not perfect. You're not perfect, but as long as you're able to walk the lines of what you want in life, hey, go for it.
I love that. That that speaks to my soul. That's really,
Man,
really good.
yours and mine.
That's really,
Got
really
another
good.
one. Got another one of these deep nights, man.
Yeah, we've been having more. We've been having, when profound things are said, me and Joseph just be like, man, this
Yeah, man, it's
it feeds
crazy.
us. It feeds our souls. It's good.
Right.
I'm telling
All
y'all, if
right.
y'all read the book, you might have to put it down for a little bit because it's deep.
I need that. Yeah, no, that's
I
yeah.
plan to.
Yeah, I plan to check that out for sure. Like seriously, because
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be good.
All
Yeah,
right. We're pushing into segment two, the many faces of passion.
of passion.
Theme, artistry, expression, and growth. You wear many hats: poet, author, model, actress, speaker. How do you keep the message consistent across these different platforms?
I mean, for me, it's all about empowerment. I really say it's for like the young girls, but I mean, really, it could be for anybody. I'm the voice for the little girl that I didn't have, the person that I didn't have growing up. So that's who I am to those. But I mean, if you look at the message, it could be for anybody. It doesn't have to be a young girl. It could be a woman. It could be a man, a young boy. Hey, but I feel like it all ties in together because, like, on my book, you got my modeling pictures in that poetry book. And then in this
Mm,
second book, the exclusive, you get a little deeper into my story, and people be like, "You're so young. I can't believe you went through all of that." Well, does pain have an age to it?
wow.
I
Hmm.
had a guy ask me, "You've been through all of that. How do you still believe in God? How am I still here?" Like that's the
That's
only
yep.
reason why I'm still here. It's so many days I was in the darkness, but it was that little speck of light that kept me going. And so that's what I want to let everybody know that, yes, it might be rough, it might be hard, but you got a purpose in life. You can keep going. As long as you don't give up, you still got time, baby.
I love that,
Man, got me over here tearing up.
man. Listen, that's it's like you. Wow. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah. What on to that? What role has been the most transformative for you as an actress, and why?
Um, so I did a Pix Ultra thing. It's like they have a YouTube channel going, and they had they had me in an episode where my husband was trying to take advantage of my daughter's best friend and their young girls. And so at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it, from my experience. It was a trigger for me. But then I thought about it, I sat on it, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I'm glad I did because it brought awareness to, what's going on, and it had a positive message in the end. So as long as it has a positive message, I don't mind doing stuff like that. But sometimes we hold ourselves back. I held myself back from a lot of stuff because I was scared, or I was just too in my feelings, in my shell, to go out and do it. But I'm glad that I'm coming out that comfort zone, and I'm feeling like it's allowing me to express more.
Oh, we froze.
Mm, I think it's froze.
It did
Technical
freeze.
difficulties. Give us a second, guys. We get some technical difficulties right now. Let's see if Love Passion
We'll get it
is
back,
gonna hop
y'all.
back on.
We'll go
Yeah.
to. We got a comment. We got an amen in the comments. So
Oh, amen.
somebody's definitely feeling what she's saying.
Why can't I see the comments? Oh wait, I can. My
You
bad.
can.
Yeah, I can. I had to click a button. I can.
Yeah, it says comments.
Bro, be quiet. I didn't see the little square, dude. It didn't say comments on it.
Yes, it says comments.
What's up, y'all?
What's up,
Dur-
y'all?
uh, Durikia, Derek, Derekia, Durikia. I hope I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. I really want you. No, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. those are the type, like, I'm the type of person where I hate butchering people's names because people butcher my name. So, and Miss J, I'm sorry, you may need to spell it phonetically for me so that I can sound it out. Um, because I'm sure she often has to spell it phonetically for people because, like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Let me get
And that's
see.
why some people like give me a nickname. I'm like, no, you know what? Don't give it. They're like, just call me this. And I'm like, no, no, no. Tell me your actual name because I don't want to be one of those people that get the easy way out. No, like I want to be able to say your name. Don't give me an
Right.
easy way out. Baby J and me, what's up? What's going on? Justin Hill, what's going on, y'all?
Yeah, we had Justin on
I'm
last
trying
week.
to get.
There she goes. She's
Oh,
back.
she's
There she.
back. Woohoo!
We
I,
still in there. We
You
still
back?
in
You
there.
back? You back?
Minor fender bender people, but we are
Well,
back.
so
We are
technical
back in
difficulty,
session.
and you can continue, Miss Lioness. You were
Uh,
talking about
just
the
to let
role.
just to let you know where we were. Remember us and ask it again so she can keep going.
Yeah, you were talking about this specific role that you had that was kind of and I've experienced that being an actor myself. It's kind of, I've experienced playing roles that were closer to me, than I would have expected. And you talked about your, contemplating doing that, and you, took some time to meditate on it and you decided to do it. So that's where you stopped. So you can continue from there.
yeah, but I was glad that I actually did it because it ended with a positive message, and so I'm here for it. Oftentimes we try to, what was the phrase? What happens in the house stays in the house. That's
Mm,
how
Yeah.
life is most of the time, especially in the Black community, right? You feel like you shaming the family or whatever, and it got to a point in my life where I'm like, I'm hurting. Like, I can't keep this in, and so I'm the emotional one in the bunch. I don't know if that's a Leo thing or
Mm,
what, but yeah. So my family, they kind of just like they're more strong. I don't get me wrong, I'm strong, but I'm very emotional. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm very passionate. I'm very loving, and I'm very just you gonna know how I feel right there in there, especially if I care for you.
yeah.
So that role, it definitely took a moment just to like get my head into it. But the people that I work with, they made me comfortable. And overall it turned out really good. And I feel like a lot of people got, touched by that message, inspired by that message. And I just want them to know that you don't have to keep it in. You're not by yourself. And if you need somebody to talk to, there is help out there.
Mm, yeah, I love that.
you are definitely that is true though. That's it's kind of like kind of what we are. We like we're here to talk and for people to get things out that they want to say, couldn't say, need to say, or just have nobody to tell it to. And everything anybody has to say is important.
Yeah, be an advocate for voices, for the
Yeah.
voiceless, or for people who need a platform to speak and say what they need to say. So yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Right on.
Yeah,
So, what poem or piece of writing has made the biggest impact on your audience, and which one healed you the most?
it's such a good question.
I'm actually doing one tonight. It's out of two for me. Um, it's my first poem called Me, and the one that I'm doing tonight called Broken But Not Destroyed.
Ooh.
Can you you say you're
Ooh.
doing it tonight where?
At the
Yeah,
act
I was.
off, at the
Okay.
act off in Arlington.
Oh, you're
It's
at
Give
the
us
act
give us
off.
give us
yeah.
give us a little piece of it.
I can't feel it. I
All
can't
right,
feel
well
it.
You
give me
can't
one.
do it.
Give us some of the other one you did already.
Me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You ain't got to
Um.
give us all of it. Give us what you would touch the audience with right now.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing me. That's my first one. Okay. Me. Who am I? I don't even know me. I used to know me. Now I'm acting unusual and slowly. Like the rain, here it goes again. All the pain is making me go insane. See, I've been waiting on another to complete me. What I have to find is in my heart very deeply. I don't think I can take another to leave. I just need someone to believe. See me. Huh. My love never costed, but people lives always bought them. You see me? I'm a cute, fine, breezy, but people don't see me. They see someone I try to be. Me, who is that? I have to verse my mind like a Cadillac sitting way back sipping on a drink. Hold up, I still gotta think. Cause even though I'm third, I still don't know me. So I go to the past, I have a couple of laughs, cry, waste time, think about my old crimes, face my fears and drop some tears. And once I do that, that's when I'll find me. And all my family and friends will see that Danielle is the real person I wanna be. Like Muhammad Ali, I fly like a butterfly and I sing like a bee. I'm just so
Mm.
happy that I found me.
Wow, that's hey yo, we
Snap for
snapping,
the boys.
we snapping.
Yeah.
Wow,
All right,
passion. I was
me.
yeah. That's man. The act off. I've been hearing about the act off and a lot of my other Dallas peeps, and it's so cool that you're one of those people. Man, I've been hearing about that. I gotta definitely we gotta come out
Yeah,
and go and be
definitely.
a part, see that because
Mhm.
y'all are doing some great stuff, and that's really really good. You got to come here and do some stuff. There's a poetry night here that you kill, you
Y'all in
kill.
Houston?
Mhm.
Yes, hmm
Okay, cool.
yeah. No, there's a poetry night here at this place. I got to get the name of the venue, but no, that type, that level, yeah, you'd kill. Standing ovation for sure. It's it kind of leads to the next question. I coming from the perspective of being a performer, you know, me and Joseph, like we under like, and it's so funny because everyone has their own way that they prepare. Joseph has his way that he prepares. I have my way that I prepare. And so, how do you prepare? And I'm sure we have our ways that we prepare when we have to get to that certain place. Because as actors, it's always like we don't, you know, not that we don't care, the directors don't care, but it's when you have to get to a certain place emotionally. Everyone has their different way in. It's just we just want you to get there, you
Right.
know. So how do you prepare emotionally before performing something that's deeply personal? Like, what is your preparation like? If you want to share that with us, what's your preparation like?
Well, I go into a scenario as if it's me and what I would do, and then I kind of tweak it into like how is the character feeling, what's the reaction, the scene, the scenario, and then take it from there. Um, yeah, shout out to my acting coach, Corey SB. He's been working with me on that. I know I'm very strong in
Hey,
verbiage, but like the facial expressions, I'm still working on that because like I be thinking I'm being sexy and I'm looking like mean. So yeah, we working on those facial expressions. But yeah, I'm looking forward to different roles and just challenging that comfort zone, stepping out that box.
and you're the school because shout out to Corey by the way, cool dude. I mean, I it's so cool how social media works. Like a lot of the Dallas people, like I did a project in Fort Worth not too long ago, and it's like I meet a lot of you guys on social media, but never get a chance to really meet you guys in person until we work. And so he has you guys are like Solid Foundation is the name of his collective, right? Of y'all, it's
Yes.
called Foundation. That's so cool, like, man, shout out to Corey, man.
Hey, shout out Big
Sharpening
C.
the actors. We need like that's so cool. Like, yeah, that's so dope. I love that.
Corey's a Corey's a hidden. He's a hidden gem, man.
No, for facts.
Um, that dude, he do a lot, man.
Facts.
He do a lot. He probably don't even get credit for it, like for real.
Facts.
And that's just me personally knowing the guy. So you know what I'm saying.
He's a hidden
Yeah,
gem.
shout out to my dude, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right. Is there a medium, book, film, performance where you feel the most at home?
I mean, poetry always gonna be my first love, but acting, it kind of put me in that same space. Especially like I had a little ting moment because I had a safe space before my poetry mother died. We used to all go to her house and we would like take a word and then everybody would write off that one word. And of course, everybody had a different perspective, so I miss that. And so now that I found Corey, it's kind of like that safe space again, like building a family being comfortable enough to, he always say, make the mistakes here first, so when you get out there, you ain't got no, you ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes. I
um,
love
it all ties in together for me personally.
Right.
multifaceted. You're multifaceted. That's the joys of being an artist. Is there's no one thing, and oftentimes one thing leads to another, and one our love for one thing translates. And the beauty of it is you find what you feel like maybe lost or something that you miss. You find it in something else, and I feel like that's the beauty of it. Now segment three, platform and power. Theme, influence, empowerment, and representation. What is the biggest message you want to send to young girls navigating identity, beauty, and self worth?
Love yourself, believe in yourself, and don't let others project off of you. Especially it was hard when we was growing up, but it's even harder now because they got social media. They have all this other stuff. I never heard of a 5-year-old trying to commit suicide. Like, it's real out here,
Yeah,
and oftentimes when we look at mainstream, like, I don't look like that. I don't, I'm not the main choice. So there, that's when you go get the BBLs and the nose jobs, the boob jobs, and all that. When you're already beautiful. Look at Lil Kim. She was beautiful.
Yeah,
So
was.
I just want
Yeah.
people to understand that you're beautiful in your
definitely
own
was.
way.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Ronson?
I, no, I say yeah. No, no. It's such a pure message to send, especially this day and age with identity. And the young women of the world are they're the cornerstone. It's like just the younger generation in general. They're the cornerstone, and its times are just changing and changing and changing, and so it's like to have that constant message in a time where that's not the that's not the pedestal is so good. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They definitely need to hear that.
no, for real.
Hey, what do you look for when working with brands or influence partnerships?
Just if it aligns with my beliefs and if they stand up to code, because I don't want to be attached to just anything. um i used to be I used to be the one that be like, oh, that's not true, you are who the company you keep around. But I mean, unfortunately, in this society, people do look at you like that. So you have to be mindful and aware of what you attach yourself to.
True. This is true.
True. No, you do. You have to be very, very mindful, and it goes kind of goes to the next one. I feel like as artists, um, we have to really regulate our vessel. Like we're a vessel, and so we have to regulate. We have to regulate what that is. Like we have to before we can really pour into other people. We have to make sure that we're full. So your image and your words inspire people. I would consider you someone who's very influential, and your words inspire people that probably haven't even met you. Your names are in rooms that you probably haven't even been in yet. And that could be there's a lot that comes with it because to whom much is given, much is required. So how do you keep your own cup, considering that you're somebody with your art that's pouring into everyone else? How do you keep your own cup full spiritually and emotionally? How do you regulate that?
Prayer and counseling. I had to get into counseling because it was just too much. It was just too much.
Wow, I love that.
And
Say that again.
yeah, prayer and counseling, definitely. But like when I was younger, I tried the counseling, and it just seemed like they was just there for a check. My counselor now, she's more about me and what I need. She'll even say, okay, breathe, take a second, because I have really bad anxiety. Like
Yeah.
anything could just like spark, and then I usually shut down. Like I don't want to deal with
Yeah.
nobody. I'm just closed off. But I'm working on that. I'm getting so much better, and I'm proud of myself. And just taking accountability, for the things that if I okay, perfect example. If I get into an argument back in the day, I'd be like, I'm right. I don't care. I don't care what nobody else got to say. I'm right. I don't want to hear it. But now I'm more open to, well, why did that make you feel a certain type of way? Or, why do you look at me like that? Especially if it's somebody that I care about. I feel like because of my upbringing, I was in survivor mode, and that made me be tough. It made me be rough, and now I'm trying to be in my soft girl area. And it's tough because I'm still like, yeah, but then I kind of tone it down a little bit, take that Leo down, take that Leo down
Yeah.
just a bit.
Yeah.
You got this. You got it.
You do. Yeah, you do.
You got it. At least you're trying and you're doing it.
You're doing the work. I think a lot of times it's about doing the work as artists, as humans, as people. And sometimes the work isn't always going to look pretty. The work isn't
Mhm.
always going to look how you want it to look. And the work hurts. It's about growing pains. I had to learn that is a big thing about growth is when you're growing and you hit a growth spurt, which I've never hit a growth spurt. I've been the same height since I was a young lad, but we won't go into that. Um, but I know people personally when they've hit growth spurts, they talk about how their knees, like how they feel like their knees hurt or how they get pain from growing. And I've learned that that's a big thing, and it's just doing the work. Like that's why I love that you're an advocate for that. Because I've talked about wanting to step into counseling. So I think it's important. I think it's important. So thank you for that. You kind of pushed me in the right direction. So yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, it's definitely
What?
needed and it's beneficial.
Yeah, no, that's definitely yeah, just in every sense of the word, because it's important for us as artists to regulate that, especially when we're in the business of trying to convert that pain into purpose. We have
Mhm.
to know where our pain. We have to understand our pain first. So, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for
And
that.
then too, not just artists, people in general, especially in the Black community. I'm sorry, I gotta say it because they be like, Black people don't go to Catholic.
No, they don't.
Like,
Nah. Nah.
yes, we do.
Yeah,
Yes, we
they
do,
say
and
that.
it's
They
okay
say we.
to go to
Sit your
counseling.
crazy ass down somewhere.
They say we don't go to no, and I think it's another thing too is, and it goes to what you said. I love that you said two things together. You said was prayer and counseling because a lot of people feel like they can't coincide. Like a lot of people feel like your faith and counseling can't go together. It's like blasphemous to people, and I'm like, that's not how that works. Both can coincide because they're both help and they're both
Yes.
sanctioned by God, that you feel like it's not bad, it's not wrong for you to for someone to be of service to you, that they've been qualified and equipped to do that. So yeah, again, thank you for being an advocate for regulating your mental health in that way.
Also,
'Cause
journaling. Journaling can help a lot too.
ooh, I've heard that as well.
I don't know. I be done got mad at the paper.
It's okay. Look,
My
safe
paper.
space. It's your
I'm
space. If
I'm
you
gonna throw it.
you
I-
want to
I'm
hit
gonna
it,
remember,
you
throw
can
it.
hit it. That's
you
it.
remember Run DMC used to be in his
Just a little
tub
paper.
typing on his
Yeah,
BlackBerry.
yeah. I got
Mhm.
too much. I got too much to write down.
Look, I hear a book coming. I hear a book coming.
He said,
No,
"Oh,
no,
hey,
nah,
listen,
nah.
that boy. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something, man. Joseph, me, and Joseph, no, bro. Joseph got something to say. He don't want to say it. He has a lot. And I'm glad you said that. No, you know what, Passion? I'm glad you said that. We got to corner him because
Nah.
look
Y'all
at
put it to paper now.
we need that. We need that.
I ain't hit
Hey,
a growth spur in that yet.
Look, it's coming. You never know what God got coming.
listen, man. Hey, no, but it's no, but it's that's a part of it. You never know. And it kind of goes to everyone has their own way and their own medium of like quote unquote, ministry or purpose, because
Hmm.
everyone has a story. That's why we created this platform, because everyone has a story, and sometimes you just don't even know.
Right.
Like,
Nah,
you
you
don't people don't look like what they've been through. Like, you just don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
well,
So,
you're born
um,
you're born looking like your parents. You die looking like your decisions.
wow.
Yeah, that's it.
That's in the book, and you don't want to write a book, Joseph. And you
Nah,
said stuff
Okay,
like
come on now. The
nah,
people need the gems.
you
nah.
know.
The people need the
I'm kidding,
gems.
but no, but that's true though. You die looking like your decisions, and it's like, how do those things, um, how do those things correlate? How do those things come out? How do you shape those things as you go through life? So, yeah, no, I love that. Thank you for answering that. I think, Joseph, I think you have the next one.
I do, sir.
You do, sir.
All right, let's get to it. Yeah,
Let's get to it.
let's get to it. All right. How do faith and purpose influence the way you show up in business and life?
That's a
A
good
lot.
one.
A lot. I mean, you have to have God in it no matter what, because it's not going to be right if you don't. I mean, and that's with anything, but mostly in my relationships. Because, baby, you ever felt like, Lord, this what I want. This what I want. And just send me a sign, and then he send you a sign. And no, send me a bigger sign, because I don't think that was it. But he didn't already told you. Yeah, yeah,
That's funny.
It was that just flipped fast.
yeah.
Yeah, that did flip fast. Yo, that's
No, but
funny.
my point is, like, God always leads you to the right direction. It be you in your head that don't want to listen. And
Yeah,
so with faith and everything that you do, you have to lean into that faith and be still, be still, and knowing that God got your best interest at heart, even if that might be something you want now, but he like, nah, that ain't the way to go.
I get it. I
yeah,
get it.
yeah, that's good. So, Passion, what do you think it means to be seen and heard in today's world? What do you think that means to you?
Now, now that one I'm still struggling with, because I used to feel like I was invisible, but then
Wow.
I started feeling like I was just ignored, because I'm
Wow.
like, God, I'm doing all of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm a good artist, a good person, but it's like I'm still overlooked. That's how I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
But then when I walk into a room and people be like, "Oh, I seen you here, I seen you there. Congratulations on what you're doing." But it's like,
Yeah.
It's all work ethic and obsession. Obsession will always beat talent. When I first started, I didn't think anybody saw me. I still think it, but at the same time, it doesn't mean stop. I used to say, actually, I still say it. I work so damn hard, and then look, and a goat is viral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So little crap is little stuff in the world that'll actually throw you off and make you be like, you know what? I can't compete with no cat. I can't compete with no you know what I'm saying? With an animal eating fruit. And it's not a competition really. It's not. It's just, do it for you.
do it
Put
when you love it. That's how.
Yeah,
That's how
do
you
it when you
know.
love it.
That's how you
It-
know it's your purpose. When
Yeah,
you, when you're doing it for the arts and because you love it, not just for a paycheck.
no.
keep doing it. People see you. You know what I'm saying?
No, people definitely do see you. They're watching, and I think it's one of those things too where, as an artist, I've kind of had to shift my mindset as far as the why. People come to me, I want to be an actor, I want to be an actor, yada yada yada. I mean, I'm pretty sure you get it. Joseph gets it a lot. I get it a lot. People are like, I want to be an actor. And it's like, well, why? Why do you want to be an actor? And then when people get past that second thing, it's like, and we talk about to be seen by the world. It's like, to what do we expect from the world to do for us in our artistry, and why do we need the world's validation? Because
Right.
I had to learn at one point, if you live by people's compliments, you'll die by their criticisms. you know like, you will, you're putting yourself in that position to literally lose the joy of it. when you forget who you do it for. So yeah, and it's one of those things where it's the same thing with me too. Sometimes I get caught up in that too, like, man, am I being seen? But like Joseph said, and I think God gives you reminders that it don't focus on being seen by these people, but they see you. It happens all the time. I'm sure it happens to you. It happens to me. It happens to Joseph. People will be like, sometimes I'm like, man, I actually know a lot of people. Because someone will be like, bro, do you know how many people you actually know? Or do you know how many people you've worked with? Or people will see me somewhere or recognize me or send me a message and say something nice. And so, no, I love that. It's always keeping your eyes focused on God's standard. So, yeah, I love that. Segment 4
Keep it up.
with Miss Passion, the Lioness. Legacy and the Lioness within. Future goals, vision, and impact. Take it away, Joseph. I think that's you.
All right, I got this right now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Damn right. Let's do it. Tell us about the movement behind the passion. The Lioness, what are you building long term?
Um, like I'm still figuring out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still figuring out what I want to do because I do wear so many hats. But right now, this weekend we got a billboard coming out for the Empower Her, Empower All. It's a yeah, it's a women empowerment campaign. So with Mish Dollhouse, I'm excited about that. It's dropping this weekend, 4th of July. Um, so yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm auditioning, for different roles. Of course, I think I want to do a book on hydrogenated suppurativa just to get more awareness out there. Um, Danielle unfolded the exclusive, still promoting that. And I have a fragrance launch coming August the 2nd. So it's kind of like celebrating my birthday and the launch at the same time. But yeah, your girl working.
All
We
right.
love it. We love that.
Talking about
Listen. Yeah, yeah.
you,
We
you,
we,
and
we
you,
like
and
that.
you up here talking about. I think you in
Yeah,
motion. What you
no, you're
mean?
there. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing
Yeah.
the things. All the
right.
things. You're doing them.
You in motion already. I
Listen,
thought you.
sometimes I tell people all the time, man. I feel like it's a natural thing for us as artists to do, but sometimes we don't stop to smell the roses. Sometimes we have to be reminded of the actual accomplishments that we have because we're
Yeah.
so we're so like we put the blinders on so tight that we're just like we think we're not doing anything in comparison to the fact that we're accomplishing so much and we're in the midst of finishing things. So no, kudos to you and all that you're doing,
Thank
and
you.
You
and
just
thankfully this hopefully this interview in that split second has reminded you of all the spectacular things that you're in the midst of right now that you're getting done.
I'm
You know,
Definitely.
I was glad to remind. I'm glad we asked the question so you can remind
yeah,
yourself what you got going
exactly.
on.
Sometimes you gotta remind people who they are.
Yeah,
God,
you do
I
have
think
some.
it's more so like getting it done that I'm looking at the finishing, the finished product. And so I don't really celebrate until it's actually done.
Well, we celebrate you doing it.
that
Thank you.
we celebrate you doing it. We celebrate you pursuing it, and most importantly, we celebrate the journey because that's the most courageous part. You
Yeah.
understand that sometimes people don't even start. People don't even start. Like people don't even start, let
But
alone are in the
Joseph
middle
gonna
of the
start on
journey.
that book.
Nah, nah, we ain't doing no book. We ain't doing no
No,
book.
Joseph said,
You can keep
hey,
saying it. You keep on saying it, Danielle.
hey,
It's
Joseph ain't
okay.
gonna do
Let him
Look,
come back about
look,
2 years.
look here, Lioness. You ain't gonna get the lion to do it because
nothing.
no, too late.
Yo,
It's gonna be
that
a
is
dark Christmas in this bitch. It's gonna be.
funny. Oh man, this dude, man. Help me, dude. Help me.
Ain't no books getting run over here. I don't know.
Help
I
me.
don't even like writing letters. You talking about a book?
Not even a 4-page letter.
No, I don't even like writing a one page. I don't even like writing memos. What you mean? We got
Only writing
we got
memos.
look, we got voice memo now. Hey, whatever I need to say.
You don't
Uh,
even want to text, voice memo or call, no text. Like
yeah.
that is
Mhm.
funny,
I'm
dude.
sending a voiceover.
Oh, I'm the same way. I'm sending a voice memo. I'm not texting. I'm not. I'm sorry. And I write. I had to write a 40-page thesis in college, and I still won't do it. So no,
I probably would have got a
um,
F on that.
that ain't help. Listen,
Yeah,
bro.
for real.
If I had ChatGPT,
Okay,
oh, I would have
man.
been.
Man,
I would have been.
these kids got it too easy now.
Good
I knew he was
for
gonna say
real.
that, bro. Be
Good,
quiet.
bro. Cheating is like
It's
I don't
so
even
easy.
understand. It's copy and paste.
Yeah, it's so easy nowadays, though, to
It's,
actually cheat. And,
Hey Siri, what's 7 times 2?
yeah, and they pass it off as like a technological advancement, and it's like, dude,
Damn,
you're
my bad.
kidding.
Hold on, man. I made Siri pop up. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, not you made Siri pop up,
Yeah,
bro.
she
Bro, let's
started.
finish
She
this,
answered
bro.
me, bro. She answered me. I thought I
What?
did it whispering, but
But hold on,
This is
before
a
we
good
move
one.
past that, why are they not teaching these kids how to sign? Like do write cursive. Like that is crazy to me.
They stopped that, and when I was in, I'm a youngin. They stopped that when I was in school.
you
They
want me to tell
Wow.
you
stopped.
why? Because they got DocuSign.
Yeah, they have
All you gotta do is
e
go in there.
sign.
Next.
We were the last breed of cursive writers.
We went through
That's
all
it.
of that for
Any two
nothing.
thousands,
The
because
last breed of
I
smart
was born in
kids.
'99. So I was born in
That was it.
'99. So
That was
any
the end of the
two
smart
thousand,
ones.
that was it. 2000, 2001, all of them. You're out of there. Ain't no cursive. I was the last. I'm the last of the
Mm,
Mohicans at this
nah.
point, and I barely write. I barely have to do a lot of.
The new requirement for a kid, you got to know how to use YouTube by 3 years old.
Man,
You have to know how to use your iPad.
By
that's
That's
three,
it.
crazy.
yeah, by three. By the time you're 5, we need you to learn how to do this
We
computer
need
shit.
your
And we
iPad.
need you to know how to use the iPad. We
No
need
sippy
you know
cup.
you nope no you need to
No
know how to
nothing.
smoke. You need to know how to shoot people
iPad.
by 7. You yeah,
It's too
all
much.
it. Yes, it's just too much. It's
And
too
if
much.
they don't teach you that, you learn kids learn that by that
Mm-mm.
moment because of TikTok and because of
I
Hmm.
don't even know if TikTok
Instagram.
did it, man. I was scared to touch a gun before 12. These kids know how to get the gun.
Or they know how to or they know
Daddy,
how
I know
to
how to get it. Daddy, we can get a gun from Gerard over there.
or they know how to 3D print it, which is even more scary.
I
Because
don't
then
even
they're
know what
making
that is.
Look, man,
that that's the thing. That's the
hey,
scary part.
look, these
I
kids
feel like a
got
dinosaur.
these kids got Bitcoin going. These man, they wild, bro. I'm talking about look,
Cryptocurrency.
walking around with stacks of money like this, talking about oh yeah, there ain't nobody getting it. Man, what you been getting?
Man, listen, it's one of
Don't be
those
walking around with stacks
things.
of money back in the day. That's how you get robbed. For real.
Man, you couldn't
It's
walk around with
different. It's a
stacks of
lot of
money
fake
back in the
internet
day at
games.
all anyway.
All of this is just, and it's so funny because it leads to the next thing. Like all of this stuff could be compiled into a movie. So if your life, Passion the Lioness, were a movie, what is the cinematic scene and what's the message? If your life was a movie, what is the cinematic scene and what is the message of said movie?
I'll get back to you on that one. I don't know. It's
That's a
just
good
it's
one.
a lot. It's a
No,
lot.
you can let us know later. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
It's never a dull moment.
I guess I'll swap it out with the next question, which is
There you go.
what are you currently, which is what we really want to know. Actually, Joseph, you can ask this one if you want
What
to.
are you currently working on? Books, shows, or events?
Well, I do have a showcase coming up that I'm modeling in September. I believe it's September 24th. Art 2025. It's gonna be like what is it called? Futuristic, where they're gonna be
Future.
like, man, they're gonna be so hyped. Y'all gotta if y'all don't come out, I don't know what to tell you, but it's gonna be jumping. It's the men, women, and the children. The children are already excited. You know, they got all the energy in the world. Then the
Yeah,
models
yeah,
are coming out with
yeah.
yeah.
They men?
Huh?
They male models?
Men, women, and children.
Oh,
You ain't never heard of male models?
yeah. We ain't talking about with clothes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's a fashion show. Well, it's a showcase. What you over there thinking about?
I ain't thinking about it. I ain't thinking about it. It was just, yeah, it was.
He's
I was
pop.
like, wait a
pop.
minute, what kind of show? It's like, what kind of show we going to?
It's like men's. It's men's in the
It's
show.
men's there. Is this what we do?
Yo, I'm
I'm
screaming.
also going to be a vendor at that event as well. So by then I'll have my fragrances. I have men, women, and unisex fragrances. So I'll be doing that with my books. We have a lot of stuff coming up, so I'm excited about that.
Okay.
I love that. No, yeah, I love that. That's let us know when the event is. I'm assuming it's going to be in the DFW area. Where is it going to be at?
The fragrance launch or the showcase?
Both.
The showcase,
The showcase
and
is in
both.
Dallas. It's going to
Uh,
be what's the name of that place? Um, huh? Gillies. Yeah, it's going to be at Gillies.
Okay.
Gillies. Okay,
Sep-
perfect. Let's update it.
September 21st.
What kind of legacy do you hope your words and presence leave behind?
Um, just somebody that would empower another person, whether it's a young girl, a woman, guy, just keep believing in yourself.
Yeah, I love
Right
that.
on. Right on.
Right on.
This is kind of the same, but it's actually to the women of the world. If you could give one final piece of advice to every woman doubting her worth, what would it be?
Own who you are and put it in their face, baby. Show up and show out.
She said, "Put it
We
in their
like that.
face."
We like that.
In the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I'm hurt.
Boom. Yeah. We eat that.
Oh man.
Outro and rapid fire. This is the rapid fire round. So, favorite poem or quote?
My favorite quote is stand if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Oh, that one too.
Gotcha. Next. One
One
word to
word.
describe.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm just playing. One, one word to describe your energy.
Ooh,
Ooh.
fierce.
Ah, yes.
I like that. That's
Next.
perfect. Definitely fits. Morning affirmation or prayer?
I am loved.
I love that.
Role model growing up.
I don't know if I would really have a role model. I guess you could say Moesha
I
because
was about to say it. I was about to say, you know it was Moesha, yo.
trying to get them
Moesha.
tickets, Brandy and Moesha. Look, you know they come to
Oh,
That's my
really?
song. My bad. I'm sorry. What? What's one?
What the hell?
What? What's one truth? What's? Come on now. What's one truth you want every listener to walk away with today? That's the final message from Danielle. What is one truth you want every listener to walk away with today?
One truth about me.
Um, I would say I'll switch out the word truth. What's one um piece of advice that you want every listener to walk away with today?
That no matter how hard life gets, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself because it can always get better, and you never know who's looking at you. You know what I'm saying? You could be down today and up the next. Just keep going, believing in yourself, and giving it your all.
Hmm.
No matter how hard we try.
We just can't say goodbye. With so much of life ahead, we got so much to
There
do.
you go. That's what I'm
That's
talking about.
perfect. We love that. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you for
Miss
having
Passion
me.
and the
For
Lioness.
sure.
Please do us a favor. First of all, thank you guys for watching the J&R Network. I'm the R,
And I'm the J.
and before we sign off, Miss Passion Lioness, please tell the wonderful people where they can find you and keep up with all of your amazing accomplishments.
Y'all can follow me at Passion the Lioness, all social media, and my website is www.passionthelioness.com.
Own it. Oh,
Perfect. Well, y'all,
perfect.
thank you guys. We love y'all. Joseph, take us out. If you want to take us out, take us out.
Thank you for coming on, Danielle. I hope to do this again when you figure out those other things. Definitely, because we want to hear about it and we want to know what's up and we want to see where you're at down the line and keep up with you.
Thank y'all
So
for having me.
definitely keep us
Thank you.
posted on everything you got going.
Please. Thank you so much. Peace, y'all.
Peace. Put it in their face.
Put it in their face.